The Roman and Greek money system was an important part of their society and the way they live their lives. Each of these are coins from Greek and Roman times. First of all, being the drachma, which is the Greek coin, and made mainly of silver and was used from 485 BC up until 480 BC. And they'd use these coins to pay for anything that they needed to pay for. It was basically their currency. They could use it pretty much everywhere around the Greek city-states, anywhere like that. On the other hand, you have the Roman coins, which are pronounced aureus. They were made of mainly gold, and they were used from 269 BC until the end of the Roman Empire. And as well as long, they would use this the same way that the Greeks used their coins to pay for things. They could use this pretty much anywhere outside of Rome as well. They could use this to pay for a lot of things just because everybody used the currency. It was easy to get a hold of. And it was, it was very, very... They had them in abundance. They were made of gold. So each artifact has a god on them. Each coin has a different god on them based on the culture. Now, the gods in Greek and Roman times are very similar. They have the similar appearances, similar roles in their societies. A lot of the coins featured the gods that the coins would be made, where they were made from. So, for example, some drachma would have Athena on it because they were made in Athens, and vice versa with the Roman coins. The Roman coins were a little bit more, they had the same gods on them pretty much wherever you got them from. They weren't as different in that sense, and the same in that sense. But these gods represented something in their society. They created like a clash culture pretty much because, you could see where these coins came from because certain gods would be worshipped in certain areas and certain gods wouldn't be, and that was really important to them. So having those coins on there was, having those gods on their coins was very important to them because you knew where the money was coming from. Whereas on the Roman side, it was just kind of, they had their gods on there and it just kind of depended on the coin, if it was a silver coin or a bronze or a gold coin. The Romans had multiple different types of coins that they could use. So their gods were dependent on the type of coin, but mainly it was the same god. It just kind of depended. Both objects are coins, and they were both used for currency. That's very important to keep in mind. Another thing is most of the gods were the same, so when they would print their gods' faces onto these coins, they were mainly the same gods like Zeus and Hades and these types of gods. These gods were printed onto the coins. And the names switch from Greek to Roman, that kind of thing. But they were all mainly the same gods printed on the currency just to make sure and have praise to the gods. And they have their differences, though. With the drachma, they're silver. There's not that many types of coins. They're just mainly silver, and they mainly have just different gods based on where they're from, whereas the Roman coins were typically gold. And they varied in size. From, if it was gold and it varied in size, it would be worth less. And they also had bronze and silver that they would use, and that was super important because that was the currency, the exchange of how much money you were getting. So having a gold coin was worth more than having a bronze coin. So having those, and then different sizes. If the coin was bigger, if it was a bigger bronze coin, it was worth more than the smaller bronze coins. So that's super important.